Hi children, now we are going to discussing chapter 5th forests using and protecting. Forest means many people thinking in different ways. Till today some people afraid of forests. Why? Because it is a home of the wild animal like tigers, lions, bears, insects and snakes etc. Some people thinking it is a sacred places whose deity is worshipped in the forest, mainly tribal people. Some people it is thinking is a place for the raw material like timber, bamboos, beady leaves or hunt animals and sell them in the market. For some people, forest is a shelter for them. They cultivating a few vegetables and gather fruits and turfs, hunt animals. Some others use the forest to grazing their animals, sheep, goat, cows, etc. Some others cultivate by making small clearing that land using for the cultivation. Already studied 6th class in Koramvaram. Some people they cultivating agricultural practice that is called podu or shifting cultivation. Some others use the forest by cutting down trees and bamboos and selling to paper or furniture factories in the towns. What is a forest? Forest means a large tract of land covered by trees. The forests having a common feature, mainly a large tract stretching several kilometers in length and breadth. Next, a tree is covered undergrowth, mainly bushes, plants, grass and creepers which grow with little interference from the human beings. A considerable biodiversity, where the many kinds of plants and animals lives and breed naturally without interference. People living around the forest use them for a variety of purposes, for food, for wood for the building, cottages and making agricultural tools, fuel, grazing animals. Many people earn their livelihood by collecting forest products and selling them into the market. Look at the picture. In the above picture there is a chessboard, a animal one side and human being one side. The struggle between animal and human being. This seems that there is a fight between the mankind and wildlife for the existence. Nowadays all mankind has been trying to give up sympathy towards the wildlife and fulfill their daily needs. Now we are going to discussing about location and types of forest. Where do forests grow? This is a difficult question to answer. Several thousand years ago, forests grew almost everywhere where there was a soil, sunshine and rain. But forest does not grow in Arctic region or snow-covered Himalayas, sandy or rocky deserts. Today, forests were cutting down for agriculture, mines, plantation, industries, etc. by the human beings. Forests can be classified on the basis of different criteria. Different kinds of forest growing in different places under different climatic conditions. Combination of rainfall and dry and wet conditions. For example, some trees like coniferous trees will only grow in very cold climate which also have snowfall. Some trees like teak grow in regions of moderate rain and warm temperature. The density of trees will also depending upon the nature of rainfall and temperature. Now we are going to discussing about the main kinds of forest. According to their characteristics, broadly divided into 4 types: evergreen forest, deciduous forest, thorny forest, and littoral forest or seacoast forest, and swamp forest. Evergreen forest, the regions which gets very high rainfall and also have very warm climate. These forests mainly we can see in equatorial region in India, Andaman Nicobar Islands. These are very dense forests with a very large variety of trees, plants, creepers, etc. These forests are always green in throughout the year. That's why this forest is known as evergreen forest. This forest we can't see in our state. Mainly jamun, canes, bamboos, kadam trees growing in this forest. There are also different kinds of evergreen forest in the Himalayas. These are pine forest which remains green throughout the year. These trees don't bear flowers but produce cones and hence are called coniferous trees. Coniferous trees part of the evergreen forest. Coniferous forest trees look like in white in color. Why? Because the trees covered with snow. Deciduous forest, this grows in regions which it rain in only some months and is warm and dry during most of the year. Most of the forest of Andhra Pradesh fall in this category. In our state, we have two kinds of deciduous forest, one which is receive more rain and ones which receive less rain. The deciduous forest which receive more rain have the following kinds of trees: Vegi, Agassiz, Maddi, Bandaru and Gettegi. In our state, such forests are found in Srikakulam and Visakhapatnam districts and East Godavari agency area. In area with less rainfall, we have trees like Maddi, Teak, Velaga, Agassiz, Yopi, Chiguru, Billu, Dirsena, Buruga and Maduga. This type of forest we can see Vaisar, Kadapa and Karnulu district. Next, thorny forest. This is grown in very dry areas with little rainfall and high temperature. Most of the trees are thorny. The common trees are babul, that means Tumma, Balsu, Regu, Sandal, Nemu, etc. These are located in Vaisar, Kadapa, Chitturu, Anantapuru and Nalgonda districts. Next, littoral forest or sea coast forest. These grow mostly in the sea coast and sandy beach and marshy lands and lands affected by tidal waves. Hence, the trees are adapted to salt water and the flow of tidal waves. These are also called mangrove forest. The trees have developed some unique features to survive in this difficult environment. Important trees like Uppupanna, Boddupanna, Orada, Mada, Tellamada, Gundumada, Kadali and Bella are the some of the important trees in this region. Let us discuss about status of forest in Andhra Pradesh. About 64,000 square kilometers of the state are declared as a forest by the government. This is about 23% of all land in the state. However, all these not really forested, as only about 16% in our state land as a tree cover to qualify as a forest. Look at the picture, the top picture. It is a evergreen forest in Western Ghats, Anamodi. Bottom picture, snow covered Deodar forest in Gulmarg, Himalayas. Look at the picture, this is the thorny bushes. Look at the top picture, teak forest in summer in Chhattisgarh. Bottom picture, babul forest in Rayalaseema. Look at the picture, mangroves, Koringa in East Godavari district. Look at the Andhra Pradesh map. It indicates different types of forest, mainly dry deciduous forest and wet deciduous forest, thorny forest. Wet deciduous forest indicates with green color, dry deciduous forest indicates violet color, and thorny forest indicates skin color. We are going to discussing about tribal people and forest. It is difficult to imagine forest in our country without the people, mainly tribal people who live in them and use them. Forest provides the critical resources for the every poor in our state to make a living. In north coastal region, for example, 20% of the people who use the forest collected forest products, mainly fuelwood, and carry them to make for sale. On the other hand, in Rayalaseema districts, most of the people depending upon the forest for grazing sheep and goats. In the coastal region, about 50% of people depending upon the such collection of the forest produce. Thousands of years, tribal people have lived in the forest, protected them and earned their livelihood for them. Even today, 60% of the tribal people in our state live in forest. You may remember how the Kondareddy of Konavaram Hills used the forest around them for food cultivation. Collection of the forest produce like food items, mainly fruits, tubers, items, beedi leaves, medicinal plants, bamboo, tamarind, etc. During the last 200 years after the establishment of the British rule in our country, the tribal people gradually lost their control and rights over the forest because the British need wood for laying up the railways, and great demand for wood for various purpose like buildings, ships, factories, mines, houses, for furniture, etc. In many areas, forests were cut down to create plantation of tea, coffee, or rubber, and later on of quick growing trees like eucalyptus or bamboos. So this leads to the forest reducing gradually. The British government wanted to control the falling of trees in such a way that is could be benefit most of from the forest. They made a law in 1864 and 1878 to create the forest department, which was given control over the forest. These laws restricted the traditional customary rights of the tribal people. According to law, forest classifying two types: reserved forest and protected forest. Reserved forest, where the forest in which no one could enter. Protected forest could be used by the people. They could take headload of wood and small forest produce for their own use and could grazing their cattle. Look at the picture here given men, tiger and boy with their thoughts. You have to comment on it. The forest department, which was established by the British government, the main task was protecting the forest and planting new trees. India also had the responsibility of managing the harvesting of the forest, that is felling old trees and selling them to earn more money for the government. The forest department official usually belongs to rich communities who neglected tribal people and ignored very dangerous people. They had no sympathy for them. They exploited the tribal people, cheated them, and constantly harassed them in the name of the forest conservation. The tribal people fought against this from the very beginning. In the same regions like the northeastern, they were able to win some protection from the government. At the time of independence, our national leaders were debating whether it was better for tribal people to be left alone to lead their traditional lives in the forest, or should they be made to adopt settled agriculture, modern education and industrial work. Both are better for tribal people under the guidelines of government. By 1988, the government realized and understood that the production of forest was impossible without the active role of the tribal people. The National Forest Policy in 1988 declared that the primary task should be to be associated with the tribal people in the production, regeneration and development of forest. It also wanted to provide gainful employment to the people who are living in the forest and around the forest. The government sought to involve village communities living close to the forest in their production and the development of degraded forest land. A new forest policy was put into practice in 1988, which eventually led to the joint forest management. It is actually meant that the forest department and local communities will collaborate in regenerating degrading forest, planting trees. The communities were allowed to use the grass and other minor forest produce. In Andhra Pradesh, this program was renamed as Community Forest Management (CFM) program. While the program helped to bring together the forest department and the local communities, during the same time, several tiger sanctuaries were established in the forest to protect wildlife. The Forest Right Act passed by Parliament in 2006. Now try to understand the provisions of Forest Right Act 2006. According to this act, to conserve the forest at the same time ensuring livelihood and food security of the forest dwellers. Dwellers means who are living in the forest. Next, right to holding and living in the forest land under the individual or common occupation for a habitation or for self-cultivation for livelihood by a member or members of a forest dwelling, mainly STs. STs means scheduled tribes. Next, community rights on firewood and grazing, on right to settlement, on right to protect, regenerate or conserve or manage or any community. These are the main provisions of the Forest Rights Act 2006. Look at the pictures. First picture, once upon a time, humans lived amongst us. Us means here animals. Animals thinking like that. In second picture, then they begin to fence us out. That means man built a fence with stick for protection from the animals. Look at the third picture. The animals, the human being living along with the buildings. They began building cities and more villages, and finally they have left no forest uncut and still say reserved forest. The fourth picture, do you think animals feel protected from the humans? Have you heard about protected forest? Today man cutting the forest for construction of the houses, for buildings, for agriculture, day by day decreasing the forest. We know that the forest is the home of the animals. Due to the deforestation, animals became a homeless, and animals, mainly tigers, bears, elephants, deers, etc., coming out from the forest and enter into the nearby villages for food and water. In the coming class, we will discuss about chapter 12, Indian election system.